Hello and welcome back. Well, let's finish up these wheel hubs we started last week. It's been a whole lot more involved than I thought it would be. This next step is going to have to get kind of creative and mill these ramps on here. I got an idea how I'm going to do it. I got a feeling it's going to be probably easier than the trepanning we were doing before. That didn't work out as good as I thought it would. This may not either, but I hope it does. Anyway, let's get started. Well, here's the plan. I got a block of aluminum here. I'm going to drill a 3/4 hole through it, put some bushings in there, drop it down to 5/8. That's the diameter of that right there. And I'm going to put this in my mill vise and make a shaft that goes through this and a follower that follows that so I can mill this as it rotates. That's the plan anyway. First thing we're going to do is drill that, and then we'll have to make a shaft. Well, I think I can drill that without a pilot hole being aluminum. We'll see. Might be a little fast too. Nah, it'll be alright. There we go, all the way through. Now we're going to have to slow this down and raise the head up. There we go. Make it 11 inches. I'm going to cut that off right there. And originally, there's a left and a right. And originally I was going to flip this over and put a follower on this side to cut that end. But the problem is, there's a flat area this long here and a flat area about that long there. And if I do that, I'm going to end up with the large flat area here instead of at the bottom. So to make it identical, I need that other hub. So I'm going to have to ask the guy I'm making this for to send that hub. But we can make the ones just like this right now. I made this shaft a little long, so I'm going to cut it off right there. Okay, now we've got to cut some 5/8 11 threads on this. I hope it does okay through that hole. Speed things up a little bit. I like it. Okay, let's see if this thing works. Didn't anticipate that. Need to figure out a way to tighten that real good. That's the original, only fits on there one way. Interesting. I need to make a little follower there. I believe it's going to work. I found a little piece I'd made already. Had a set screw in there, it'll hold 1/8 inch rod. I didn't have any 1/8 inch rods, so I used a drill. I'll probably have to break a drill or find some 1/8 inch rod. You just drill and tap those for 1024. Okay, this is starting to turn into one of those why did I do this projects. You ever have those? Anyway, after about 4 or 5 broken end mills, 1/8 inch end mills, I went to a 1/4 inch end mill and it worked better. But the best luck I had was taking this 1/4 inch burr grinder, ball end, and wasting away a lot of the metal and then going back with a 1/4 inch and cleaning it up. There's what I got. You'll notice the one with the 1/4 inch has a more rounded profile than the 1/8 inch, but I believe that'll be all right, and even if it's not, maybe I can go in with the 1/8 inch end mill and fix that. On the stylus end, if you want to call it that, I put a washer here to compensate for the diameter difference. I drilled that hole out, and that washer allows this to hit that so that this stylus doesn't fall into the little groove right there. So, but I'm going to try something different again. I've got a cone-shaped burr. And I don't believe there's any particular advantage to having that cone shape. In fact, it's probably a disadvantage. But I'm waiting on one the shape square on the end. And it's not here yet. And I've got a bunch of these. I've got like 4 or 5 of them. They're surplus from something. But it should work. Should cut a little bit better than the burr grinder, because the burr grinder doesn't cut on the bottom very good. The surface speed is really low. But we're going to see how that does. And I'll waste away most of it and then go back with the 1/4 inch mill and clean up the rest of it. I think it's time to go to the 1/4 inch end mill, see what that'll do. And that's where you break an end mill. Okay, now the final touch. Cut that slightly tapered, but I'll probably just make it square. Make it look kind of like the original. Well, there they are, all done, maybe half done. I'm waiting on the opposite wheel hub to duplicate from. Kind of see a progressively better finish as you go, as I got the hang of it, and ended up using carbide burrs to grind it off. Seemed to work a lot better. Not something I want to repeat though. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, like CNC. But anyway, that wraps it up for today, and thanks for watching. Hold up just a minute. The guy I'm making these hubs for sent me the other side, and I figured out a good way to do this. Check this out. I put felt brakes on it. It's kind of crude, and there's probably a better way to do it. But this stops unwanted rotation. Well, it stops the cutter from driving what I'm cutting. But it works way better. No more chattering and broken end mills. It's cutting smoother. I like it. Yeah, thanks for joining me. Be sure and subscribe and ring that bell.